What's going on, crypto fam? What in the heck is going on with this token Terareum? All right, this thing has been going up non-stop, and I'm telling you, even when a single dip comes in play, that dip gets eaten up in a very short amount of time. All right, literally right here, this was yesterday, March 6th. It had a dip, right? That dip got bought up so fast, right? A few more people sold, and then bam, kept going buying. People kept buying, going up, right? That organic natural growth, right? That beautiful uptrend, of course. And then right here, right, earlier today, right, had another dip, and bam, look at this huge green candle just leading up here, right? Terareum is currently up 31% in the past 24 hours. Is literally hitting an all-time high right now. As I'm speaking, it's breaking a new all-time high right here. I swear, I almost forgot what this feeling felt like. All right, it's been a while since I've had this just beautiful energy, this weight just lifted off your shoulders when you invested into something, and you just you're happy to see that your choice was a success. Going by what I've seen from Terareum, they are doing an amazing job. The team is strong. The team is transparent. Obviously, I did a review on the company. The team is doxed, right? They just had an AMA where they were talking about just future plans and stuff, and even like the main developer, right, the founder, right, he even announced that they're in talks. And I don't want to get anybody hopes up, but I mean, he said this in the AMA, so he pretty much put this out in the public. He said that they're currently in talks with about I'll just say like a handful of exchanges right now, as far as exchanges that could potentially list them, get their token listed in the future. And keep in mind too, there is going to be, I'll even show you guys right here, there is going to be a new listing, right? BitMart plans on listing Terra on the 9th, right? Which is pretty much going to be on a Wednesday, okay? Now, I will say be careful if you plan on using BitMart, because not too long ago, BitMart was hacked. A lot of people who, held Saitama, held SafeMoon, held, different type of cryptocurrencies, they were victims of these hacks, and they did lose some tokens. And it was like millions of dollars that was hacked, all right? And I have yet to get like an update as far as like BitMart doing the whole buyback and buying people's, crypto that was lost, and, giving that crypto back to those people. So don't get me wrong, this token being listed on there is a plus, because that can help drive with the price, get the daily volume, the daily trade volume up. But as far as personally using BitMart, I would definitely say approach with caution. All right, but yeah, this is another exchange that we have, like I said, in 2 days. And even more better news, right here. This is from the official Terareum Twitter account. It says Terareum LLC completes Certik audit, right? So the audit just got completed. It says Terareum LLC is pleased to announce the completion of the independent audit by the Certik project, headquarters in New York. And then it says the completion of the audit comes only 14 days after the launch of Terra token on Uniswap. So it only took them 2 weeks to get the audit completed, all right? I'm going to show you what the results and stuff look like. Then it says, since the launch of Terra on Monday, February 21st, Terareum LLC has announced some exciting news about its progress. Then it says Terareum is currently listed on CoinTarget Exchange, with a listing on BitMart coming on soon, March 9th. The Certik audit is now at 100%, and the completion of the audit opens the door for even more centralized exchange listings. I'm going to say that again. It says the Certik audit is now at 100%, and the completion of the audit opens the door for even more centralized exchange listings. All right. Amazing. Beautiful. Now, going to the Certik website, right, and checking out the Terareum project. When we come over here, right, as you can see, it no longer says, like waiting or yada, yada, yada. When we scroll down here, we look on the right, it says all the problems that they have. It says all resolved. So they only had 2 major problems, right? 2 medium and 2 informational. So you see right here, it says the critical all resolved, and it says minor all resolved. So as far as the 2 informational, the 2 medium, and 2 major, these haven't been resolved yet, right? So of course they're going to have to, resolve those, right? Fix those, go through it, and pretty much make sure everything is secure. So as far as the problems that haven't been solved there, right? The 2 major, which it says centralization, and then the privilege, and then the 2 medium, which it says logical issue, and then the 2 informational, where it says coding style and gas optimization. Now, I do believe this, when we go to the when we go to the coinmarketcap.com, I believe that is the reason why they have this red banner at the top, above the Terareum, token information. And even right here, this banner says the smart contract It said the smart contract for the following token contains a variable tax rate function. This opened the opportunity for contract owners to modify their contract behavior. An example, change fees or transfer tokens. Then it says, please exercise it with extra caution if you are investing in this token. One thing that people have to understand is certain tokens, not every company, right? Not every dev team is going to give up that that ownership, right? Not every dev team is going to renounce that ownership, right? I'll give you actually a perfect example. It was this token called Clifford Inu, right? And the dev team, they were doing this thing called like buybacks. They would do buybacks / burns, right? And the reason why they were able to do that is because they were able to, have, this ownership. They were able to have this, ability, right, to where, they could, pretty much takes the wallet as far as people who will, buy and sell that token. They would take the tax from that, wallet or whatever, and then they would pretty much use that to pretty much buy back the Clifford Inu tokens. And then they pretty much did that whenever people had like a huge sell-off. They would, pretty much be able to do like a buyback and help the price go back up. So you had a lot of whales or people who just, had a lot of tokens that were dumping them and the price would go down. They were able to, buy back those tokens and pretty much keep the chart looking, pretty, and keep the chart going, at a nice pace to where it's like, continues to grow, right? And in this sense, I feel like when it comes to Terareum, the fact that they plan on having an app, the fact that they plan on having just a bunch of utility, I feel like when it comes down to this project, moving forward in the future, I feel like they don't want to renounce ownership because their whole, utility is based off of, them having the ownership. Because keep in mind, and I'll even say this, there was another token, I can't think of his name, but they actually would they would actually give like the community a vote as far as like what they will want to raise the taxes. So if they was like, hey, hey everyone, we're thinking about changing the taxes to this, lowering the tax, yada yada yada, they'll do like a community like poll, and then that's when the community can vote as far as if they want the taxes to be higher or lower. Because keep in mind, when like people have to understand, when a lot of times when you don't have certain measures like that to where people would whales would just start dumping the tokens, that's how a lot of tokens pretty much just get destroyed, because they have like a bunch of whales in there, and the whales pretty much just drown out the price and then make the price go down. So you kind of need some type of like tokenomic feature as far as like keeping like the like the whales in line pretty much, right? So I feel like that's the reason why Terareum hasn't renounced ownership. I'm not sure if they have spoken more on about that. I feel like I'm not going to sugarcoat it. When a dev team does have a lot of power, of course, when it comes down, like they said right here, they're able to change like the taxes or to change the fees or whatever, or even transfer certain tokens from wallets. Of course, that is a lot of power. Of course, if a dev team, woke up one day on the wrong side of the bed and they just decided to just, hey, we're going to change the taxes to 50%. So, like if of course, if they were to do, do that, obviously it's kind of like they had the power to do that, right? If they wanted to do that. But I mean, it all comes down to, how much trust you have in this company and how much potential you feel like the company has. And just knowing that, because to me, like I said, I already know the risk of how much power they have when it comes to this token. And that's why I only invested, enough money to where I'm comfortable if, anything like this, if anything like that was to happen, or, if the project was to just go downhill and yada, 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 right? But yeah, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They do have the power to, turn things bad if they wanted to, but they also can have a lot more power if they plan on doing positive things with it. It really just comes down, it's like a cop, right? You got some good cops, right, that actually, protect and serve, and you got some crooked cops that, would shoot a motherfucker and then plant drugs on them and then be like, hey, or plant a gun on them, like, hey, he had a gun, so, I shot him. So at the end of the day, it's up to you guys to decide if you feel like this company is, going to abuse that power, or if you think this company is legit enough to use the power for, a positive way. All right. But yeah, definitely be cautious, from, this type of token and just tokens in general that, where the dev team hasn't, renounced ownership. Me personally, I feel like this token is going to do that, because, I mean, why would they, do anything dumb that's going to, for one, ruined their reputation, right? Two, this token is already doing like you go back to the charts, it's already growing at an insane rate. The community is already strong. They have a lot of exchange listings that's already planning on listing them. They have, the Certik audit done. Like, why would they just, do something dumb to risk all of that? But at the end of the day, like I said, you guys have to make that, you guys have to come up with that decision yourself. If you trust them, if you don't trust them, like I said, I've already put a few $100 on it, and I'm glad to see where the project is going so far. I already made some nice profit, and yeah. But yeah, other than that, what else do we have to talk about? And then this was interesting too, right? This was interesting right here, and I love seeing this type of things, but I feel like the team do have to be careful, showing this. Right, Dr. Ramana, right? Dr. Ramana, he's one of the like devs, right? He's co-founder, right? So the co-founder and CFO of Terareum, and he posted this right here. He said, "Hey, at Crypto Terareum, $1 billion market cap soon." And honestly, the way I've been seeing how this project has been growing, the fact that it's already at a close to a $300 million market cap. And it's only been, it's only came out 21st of February, right? So I haven't even been out for a month. It's only been out for a little over 2 weeks, all right? Actually, 2 weeks. It's been out 2 weeks exactly, right? So it's doing an amazing job. I would love to see it. I can't lie. I want to put a lot more money into it. I want to put a lot more money into it, because just the fact of knowing that they have more exchanges and stuff coming is kind of like, ugh. But and they just passed over 5,000 holders. All right, so Terareum, shout outs to the community, shout outs to the dev team. Congrats on having a successful launch. And like I said earlier on my Twitter post, I hope you guys keep this ship steady. Just going to that $1 billion market cap, and then beyond that. All right, I want to see a $5 billion market cap. I would love to see a $10 billion, and I would love to see a $20 billion market cap. And yes, but other than that, thank you all for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you soon. Peace.